Fadogia agrestis has exploded in popularity since Dr Andrew Huberman talked about it on the Joe Rogan podcast. Here's a clip.
Does the other one give you?
Fadogia is usually taken at about 600 milligrams, and that can the most dramatic effect I've ever seen was somebody who had his testosterone down in the low twos, or I think it was like low twos, and he got it up to the 700 range. But that's an outlier, right? Most people are going to see about a 300 to 400 point increase.
And that's what.
So Dr. Huberman notes that Fadogia agrestis in the outlier case raised testosterone levels by almost 500 points. But in most men, they'll experience a 300 to 400 point increase from Fadogia agrestis supplementation in synergy with Tomcat Ali. This is based on doses of 600 milligrams daily of Fadogia and 400 milligrams daily of Tomcat Ali. Dr. Huberman is an expert in this specific field, so we can be fairly sure he's seen actual studies to back up these claims, but he doesn't reference any in the podcast with Joe Rogan. So here I just want to go into a deep dive into some actual study papers on Fadogia agrestis and find out exactly what it does and specifically what the science says. Well, this is where it gets tricky. To date, there are no clinical studies on humans. There are a grand total of 6 studies on Fadogia agrestis with only one investigating testosterone, and those are all conducted in rats. Extrapolating the doses used in rats to humans means an individual needs to consume between 1,000 and 4,500 milligrams per day to potentially derive the same benefits as seen in the rat-based testosterone study. And that's putting all other physiological differences between a rat and a human to one side. The one testosterone-based study evaluated the aphrodisiac potential of the aqueous extracts of Fadogia agrestis in male rats. Their sexual behavior parameters and serum testosterone concentration were evaluated. The results showed a significant increase in mounting frequency, rat sex in other words, intromission frequency, the times that a rat inserted the penis into the female rat's vagina, and significantly prolonged the ejaculatory latency. There was also a significant increase in serum testosterone concentrations in all the groups in a manner suggestive of dose dependence. The aqueous extracts of Fadogia agrestis stem increased the blood testosterone concentrations, and this may be the mechanism responsible for its aphrodisiac effects and various masculine behaviors. It may be used to modify impaired sexual functions in animals. The same study found the effects of administration of aqueous extract of Fadogia agrestis stem on some testicular function indices of male rats. Compared with the control, extract administration for 28 days at all the doses resulted in a significant increase in the percentage testes to body weight ratio, testicular cholesterol, sialic acid, glycogen, acid phosphatase, and G-glutamyl transferase activities. Interestingly, these changes remained even 10 days after the rats stopped receiving the Fadogia agrestis supplement, hinting that beyond a loading phase, daily supplementation of Fadogia for maintenance of its effects may not be entirely necessary. However, another reminder, this was a study based on rats. No human trials or studies have been undertaken on Fadogia agrestis to date, so the figures reported by Dr. Andrew Huberman must have been discovered in an unpublished study. But why, if the results were as strong as Dr. Huberman mentions on Joe Rogan's podcast, was the study unpublished? Well, funnily enough, there was a systemic review in 2014 titled "Why Are Medical and Health Related Studies Not Being Published?" A systemic review of reasons given by investigators. And they discovered that the main reasons for around 85% of studies going unpublished were lack of time or low priority, studies being incomplete, study not for publication, manuscript in preparation or under review, unimportant or negative result, poor study quality or design, fear of rejection, rejection by journals, author or co-author problems, and sponsor or funder problems. So with this in mind, there's nothing necessarily unusual or suspicious about Dr. Huberman's findings on Fadogia agrestis not being published. It's just a huge shame, since he indicated that this was conducted on humans and positive test results were discovered. So publishing this would have given other researchers and scientists something to build from it in terms of human-based evidence. So at this point in time, evidence and published studies around Fadogia agrestis are extremely thin on the ground, and probably even more so in the way of exploring Fadogia's potential side effects and downsides. And due to it being a fairly recent discovery in general, Fadogia is not regulated or approved by any regulatory body, neither by the FDA in the US, the MHRA in the UK, or otherwise elsewhere in the world. so no quality or provenance standards have been set. So if you decide to source the supplement online and give it a try, please do so with extreme caution. You're gambling somewhat with your health and you may well experience side effects from doing so. The other ingredient referenced by Andrew Huberman is Tonkat Ali, which does incidentally carry a much stronger foundation of published studies and awareness. So this may well be a safer starting point for you to explore, but please do your research on this too before ordering some online. So there you have it. I hope this video gave you some more insight into the science behind Fadogia agrestis and its potential benefits. If you like this video, please go ahead and subscribe by hitting the button below this video. And when you do, don't forget to also hit the bell symbol so you can be notified of any new health and wellness videos that we post. Thanks for watching.